Alrighty, YouTube, we are installing a tow hitch on a 2017 Mitsubishi Outlander. Let's get started. So what you want to do is examine your tow hitch first. This is a Curt Class 3 tow hitch. And you want to prepare your workspace. So if you're installing this by yourself, you're going to need some jack stands. Obviously, you're going to need a place to lay down on to install it. So you can have one of these creepers with wheels on them. Of course, you want to have some WD-40 for the actual bolt holes, and I also use fluid film. This is a very useful product, especially if you have your vehicle is driven in an area close to the sea or somewhere where they spray a lot of chemicals or road salt. So you want to protect yourself from corrosion. So this is an excellent product for that. And you can see I already sprayed the yellow stuff. Sprayed some of that already on some of the pieces, and I'm going to spray some more of that a little bit once we get this installed. So anyways, as far as your tools go, like I said, you're going to have that. And you're going to use a, you're going to have this bag that comes with it, the order slip here, and 2 of these. So again, you have the pro install time is 30 minutes and novice is 60 minutes, so you can kind of give yourself an hour to install this. Again, check it, spray any areas that have been damaged. This area here was damaged, so I sprayed it a little bit. I'm going to go over that a little bit more. Spray it with some black paint, and again, get your tools ready and let's get going. All right, so we have our bag with tools here, and we have our installation instructions. As you can see, this is for a 2014 through 2020 Outlander. Here's the illustration of the hitch, and the tools needed are a ratchet, torque wrench. You need 12 millimeter, 14 millimeter, 17 millimeter, and a 3/4 inch sockets. You need a socket extension, screwdriver, safety glasses, and that's pretty much it for the tools. So there's some simple install instructions that actually illustrate everything. We're going to go over that in the video, but you can see a summary of these instructions on this page here. And basically it says that you need to remove the 3 bolts and top loop from the driver's side frame rail, return the bolts and tow loop to the owner. Obviously, you're going to keep those if you need that later. Lower the exhaust. So that's the main thing here. That's why the odd shape of this, where you can see that it has this odd shape on the right side, on the passenger side, to avoid, as compared to the driver's side, to avoid that exhaust. And you can see the side profile when it's fully installed. There's a frame rail, and then the hitch shown in the proper position. So raising the hitch, you want to align the bolts, and then obviously tighten all bolts to specific torque specs. So you want to use your torque wrench for that. All right, let's get started. All right, if you may need to jack up the vehicle. Your first step is right by the rear, the spare tire. There's the frame rail, and what you want to do is locate the bolts that go that hold the tow loop together. The tow loop right there. So it's on the driver's side. And so what you need to do is loosen these 2. You can see I already have a 14 millimeter socket on one of them. So loosen these two, take them out, and then there's another one in there holding the toe loop. So you want to loosen all of these, take them out, and then remove the toe loop. This is going to accept the left side, or in other words, the driver's side of the tow hitch. Alrighty, so we're at the rear of our vehicle, and here's our tow loop, and we have the 2 bolts for the tow loop that we need to remove right there, and the third bolt is removed. It was where this hole was right there. So you can use a power 14 mil. Sometimes it's easier because these are really long. So we're gonna do that to remove these two. Once you loosen those bolts, get them removed. You can actually start by finger removing them. And they're pretty long, so there's one of them. And we'll put that away. And there's the other one right there. You can see that toe loop is loose, so we're going to go ahead and remove that. All right, there's that toe loop. And, oh, there's that one bolt. So that was hanging in there like that. So we remove that, and we put that away. Make sure you don't lose these bolts. You may need them. So, now you got your spot clear up here with the 2 areas where here's the frame. And so essentially, what you're going to have is this here. If you look at this, you'll notice that these are the 2 holes where you're going to align these with the holes that these bolts came out of. And then you have another one, which is on the top. And you're going to align that with one of the holes up here. So that way you can bolt that up to the frame. But before you do that, you're going to have to take off the exhaust mount. We're going to use one of those jack stands to keep the exhaust supported so that there's no damage, nothing breaks off. And then we can try to mount that side and this side here. Next, you want to remove the rear exhaust mounts. So this is the exhaust muffler right here, catalytic converter, and 2 are in the back. You can see one right there, and one is right there. And the other one, so these are just rubber material that actually holds this up. And there's the other one right there on the other side. So you want to remove these with a pry bar and spray some lubricant first, which is what I did, and then remove them. So you drop the exhaust, use a pry bar. I already did that. As you can see here, the exhaust is dropped, and we had to remove these rubber gaskets. Like I said, use a pry bar. Make sure you support the exhaust with something, and grab the hitch. Place it down, make sure the proper ends go to each side. So this is the end that needs to go to above the muffler, or in other words, the catalytic converter. Actually, the cat is up there. This is the muffler. And this is the standard part on this side, which you're going to secure with M10 bolts. If you don't have anyone assisting you, you want to use a jack and just jack it up in place here, or in other words, just place it as support, and then this is the side you want to loosely bolt to the frame. All right, so basically your next step is to put these bolts in. So the gold bolt that you see there, that's just the one, and loosely secure it, and then do the same thing on the other side right there. I scratched this up a little bit, try and lift it, but that's okay. We can just paint that over a little bit. And so after that, you're gonna note that there are two holes here, and what you want to do is insert the bolts through these holes along with the little spacer. So you're going to do that on both sides. I believe the spacer is facing inward, so the spacer is going to be here and the bolts go from the opposite side this way. So the spacer and the bolts are here, and so these bolts here, and I'm going to use these little spacers to hold that all together. So these two bolts are going to go through from, this is on the driver's side, they're going to go through from the passenger side towards the driver's side, and through the frame, can't see anything here, there we go, right there. And then you're just going to take these suckers here and tighten that up. And tighten first, and then of course you're gonna torque it to the specs on the instructions. Now to install on the bolts on the passenger side, you're going to need to fish wire them through the holes. In order to do that, you want to install this fish wire that comes with the kit. In order to install the fish wire, it's pretty simple. You just thread it on to the tip of the bolt, and there it is. And then you're going to pass this end through, right through here. In other words, through those holes, and then grab it on the other side and then just pull it through. So if we look underneath, essentially that's the frame, and you're gonna fish wire from this side here, from where your spare tire is, run the fish wire through and to your exit holes on this. I know it's hard to see on this other side here. So and then on that side, you're going to place the hardware. You're going to add your spacer and your two bolts there, or bolt washers. Your hitch installation is complete once you fish wire those through and place the bracket right there. Spacer, actually. You can see the spacer right there, and the two bolts running through. So that's it. And your hitch is installed, and you need to raise the exhaust back up. So just hook up the first one and then do the rest, and you're all set.